Welcome to this morning's morning sprint. So today we're talking about relying on others for our internal happiness is unfair to others because it's putting an impossible expectation upon them, because the only people that can make us happy is ourselves. So if we're relying on someone else, we are relying on them for the impossible. We are asking them to move mountains. We are asking them by definition to do something they can't do. And because we're asking someone, we're setting them up for failure, then they're also going to be disappointing to ourselves. So relying on others to make us happy or impact our mood is unfair to others and disappointing to ourselves. So you have to be very, very careful. If someone gives you a compliment, particularly if you break a boundary and they're like, oh my gosh, thank you, so much. You have to be careful that we're not chasing feelings of affection and feeling of love as the main motive for being a good human being. Now we're putting expectations on others like, hey, if I do this, you will say that, which will then in turn make me feel better. We have to be careful of that trap. And it's the same thing when someone casts a stone or casts an insult at us. If that makes us feel bad, like, oh, why would that person say that? That's not even true. Oh my gosh, what do I do? We have to realize stones can't be cast from a place of water. They have to be cast from a place of stone. So in other words, if someone has anger in their heart that they're exemplifying towards you, that comes from within them. Just like if someone has joy and happiness that they're casting in your direction, that is still their joy and their happiness and their gratitude. So it definitely feels good to have compliments. We just want to make sure that our happiness doesn't rely on what others' words, other people's compliments. Just like our happiness should not be destroyed by any volatility that comes out of people's mouths. So be your own person in your own sense of joy and happiness. And sure, that's great when you hear compliments, but also when you don't hear compliments or you hear the opposite of compliments, don't let that get to you. That has to come from their source, and their source isn't your source.